You love your dog like family, but what if I told you that some of the foods you eat every day could quietly poison them? From chocolate to cheese, some human snacks can actually kill your dog. So before you share your plate again, watch this till the end, because number 1 is the most dangerous of all. Hey everyone, welcome back to Doggy Dream Homes, where we uncover the truth about dog care and behavior. Today we're talking about the 10 human foods that are toxic for dogs, foods that may seem harmless but can cause serious illness or even death. Number 10. Chocolate, the silent killer in your kitchen. Chocolate might be a delightful treat for humans, but for dogs, it's one of the most toxic and dangerous foods they can ever consume. What makes chocolate so harmful is a compound called theobromine, along with caffeine, both of which belong to a chemical group known as methylxanthines. While humans can easily metabolize these substances, a dog's body processes them extremely slowly, allowing toxic levels to build up even from small amounts. The darker and purer the chocolate, the more dangerous it is. Dark chocolate and baking chocolate contain the highest levels of theobromine, and just a few ounces can be deadly for a medium-sized dog. White chocolate, though lower in toxins, still contains fat and sugar that can lead to other health problems such as pancreatitis. The symptoms of chocolate poisoning can appear within 6 to 12 hours of ingestion and include vomiting, diarrhea, restlessness, rapid breathing, tremors, increased heart rate, seizures, and in severe cases, cardiac arrest. Puppies and smaller breeds are at especially high risk since it takes less chocolate to reach toxic levels in their bodies. If your dog ever eats chocolate, don't wait for symptoms to appear. Contact your veterinarian or an emergency pet helpline immediately. Time is critical. Early treatment can make a life-saving difference. So, next time you're eating a brownie or chocolate chip cookie and those cute puppy eyes beg for a bite, resist the urge. It's not love, it's life or death for your furry friend. Number 9. Grapes and raisins, a tiny snack that can destroy a dog's kidneys. Grapes and raisins might seem like harmless, healthy snacks for humans, but for dogs, they're one of the most mysterious and deadly foods ever discovered. What makes them so dangerous is still not fully understood by scientists, yet we know one thing for sure. Even a single grape or raisin can trigger acute kidney failure in some dogs. The toxic substance inside grapes hasn't been clearly identified, which makes them even more unpredictable. What's terrifying is that the reaction varies from dog to dog. One dog might eat a handful and be fine, while another could suffer fatal kidney damage from just 1 or 2. This makes grapes, raisins, currants, and even foods made with them, like raisin bread, trail mix, or granola bars, completely unsafe for all dogs, regardless of breed or size. Symptoms usually start within a few hours of ingestion and include vomiting, diarrhea, lethargy, dehydration, and loss of appetite. As kidney failure progresses, you might notice your dog drinking excessively but urinating less. And in severe cases, they could collapse or stop producing urine altogether, a sign of life-threatening renal shutdown. If you suspect your dog has eaten grapes or raisins, seek emergency veterinary care immediately. The faster your dog receives treatment like induced vomiting and IV fluids, the better their chances of survival. So, no matter how innocent grapes look, remember, for your dog, they're not a snack, they're poison. Number 8. Onions and garlic. Everyday ingredients that slowly poison your dog. Onions and garlic may be staples in almost every kitchen around the world, but when it comes to dogs, these flavorful ingredients are highly toxic and potentially fatal. Both belong to the allium family, which also includes leeks, shallots, and chives, and contain compounds called thiosulfates and disulfides. While harmless to humans, these chemicals damage a dog's red blood cells, leading to a dangerous condition known as hemolytic anemia. This type of anemia prevents oxygen from being properly transported through the body. Over time, your dog may become weak, breathless, and lethargic, and their gums might turn pale or yellowish. Other symptoms include vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and rapid heartbeat. These signs can appear within a few hours or even days after ingestion, depending on the amount consumed. What's especially dangerous is that onions and garlic in any form, raw, cooked, powdered, or dehydrated, are all toxic. Even small doses over time, such as sharing table scraps or feeding food seasoned with onion or garlic powder, can lead to cumulative poisoning. Many pet owners unknowingly put their dogs at risk by giving them baby food, soups, or sauces that contain these hidden ingredients. If your dog accidentally eats onion or garlic, contact a veterinarian immediately. Early treatment like inducing vomiting and providing oxygen or IV fluids can make a life-saving difference. Remember, no matter how tempting those table leftovers are, onions and garlic should never be on your dog's plate ever. Number 7. Milk and dairy products. Why your dog's favorite treat might be hurting them. Milk, cheese, and ice cream may seem harmless, even healthy. But for most adult dogs, these foods can cause serious digestive discomfort. That's because dogs naturally produce less lactase, the enzyme needed to break down lactose, the sugar found in milk. Once puppies are weaned, their bodies no longer require lactose for nutrition, and the ability to digest it decreases significantly. This condition is called lactose intolerance. When a dog consumes dairy, the undigested lactose travels through their digestive system and begins to ferment in the intestines. This fermentation leads to gas, bloating, cramping, diarrhea, and vomiting. In some cases, the reaction can be so severe that it causes dehydration or long-term gastrointestinal irritation. Even small portions like a bite of cheese or a lick of ice cream can upset your dog's stomach even if they seem fine at first. It's also important to note that some dairy products, like flavored yogurts or ice creams, contain added sugar or artificial sweeteners, like xylitol, which are extremely toxic to dogs. If your dog loves the taste of dairy, consider safer alternatives like lactose-free dog milk or coconut-based treats. Always introduce new foods slowly and in moderation. So, while it might be tempting to share your dessert with those pleading puppy eyes, remember it's not love if it makes them sick. When it comes to dairy, less is best and none is safest. Number 6. Bread dough and yeast. The hidden danger. Rising inside your dog's stomach. Raw bread dough might not look dangerous, but inside your dog's stomach, it can turn into a life-threatening ticking time bomb. When a dog eats unbaked dough made with yeast, the warm, moist environment of their stomach acts like an oven, allowing the dough to expand and rise. As it swells, it stretches the stomach walls, causing intense pain, bloating, and pressure. In severe cases, this expansion can even lead to a stomach rupture, a condition that's often fatal without emergency surgery. But that's not the only danger. As the yeast ferments the sugars in the dough, it releases ethanol, a form of alcohol, which is absorbed directly into the bloodstream. This can cause alcohol poisoning, leading to symptoms like disorientation, vomiting, tremors, low body temperature, seizures, and coma. Even a small amount of raw dough can be extremely harmful, especially for smaller breeds. If your dog ever manages to snatch unbaked bread or pizza dough, get veterinary help immediately. Do not wait for symptoms. Remember, it's not just about cooked bread. The danger lies in the dough before baking. Keep it far out of reach from those curious paws. Number 5. Alcohol. A few drops can be deadly for your dog. Alcohol is extremely dangerous. For dogs, even tiny amounts can have devastating effects on their bodies. Unlike humans, dogs process alcohol very slowly, which means even a sip of beer, wine, or a bite of an alcohol-infused dessert can lead to alcohol poisoning. Ethanol, the active ingredient in alcoholic drinks, rapidly enters a dog's bloodstream, disrupting their nervous system, liver, and heart functions. Within minutes, alcohol can cause a dangerous drop in blood sugar, blood pressure, and body temperature. Common symptoms include vomiting, confusion, staggering, tremors, slowed breathing, and loss of consciousness. In severe cases, it can lead to seizures, coma, or even death. It's not just drinks you should worry about. Uncooked yeast dough, mouthwashes, hand sanitizers, and alcohol-based syrups or sauces can all contain enough ethanol to harm your dog. Even foods like rum cake or beer-battered items are unsafe. If your dog has consumed anything containing alcohol, contact your vet immediately. Never wait for signs to appear. Early treatment can save their life. So remember, while it's fun to celebrate with a drink, never include your dog in the toast because for them, alcohol isn't harmless. It's poison. Number 4. Xylitol, the sweet killer. Hidden in everyday treats. Xylitol might sound harmless. It's a common artificial sweetener found in sugar-free gum, candies, baked goods, toothpaste, and even some peanut butters. But for dogs, it's one of the most deadly substances they can consume. Even a tiny amount can cause life-threatening reactions within minutes. When a dog eats xylitol, their body mistakes it for real sugar. This triggers a sudden, massive release of insulin, which rapidly drops their blood sugar levels, a condition called hypoglycemia. The result? Weakness, loss of coordination, vomiting, seizures, and collapse. If untreated, it can quickly lead to coma or death. But the danger doesn't stop there. In larger doses, xylitol also causes severe liver damage or liver failure, sometimes within just a few hours of ingestion, even before hypoglycemia sets in. If you ever suspect your dog has eaten anything containing xylitol, treat it as a medical emergency. Rush them to the vet immediately. There's no safe amount. So before you share your sugar-free snacks or peanut butter treats, always check the label because one innocent bite could cost your dog their life. Number 3. Fried and fatty foods. Tasty for you, toxic for your dog's stomach. French fries, burgers, bacon, and other greasy foods might make your dog's mouth water. But these high-fat treats are a silent danger to their health. Dogs' digestive systems are not designed to handle large amounts of fat and oil, which can overwhelm their pancreas, the organ that helps digest food and control blood sugar. When a dog eats too much fatty or fried food, it can trigger pancreatitis, a painful and potentially life-threatening inflammation of the pancreas. Symptoms include vomiting, diarrhea, loss of appetite, abdominal pain, fever, and weakness. Some dogs may even hunch over or refuse to move due to the severe discomfort. Even a small piece of fried chicken or a strip of bacon can cause issues in sensitive dogs, especially smaller breeds. Repeated exposure can also lead to obesity, diabetes, and heart disease over time. If your dog accidentally eats greasy or fatty foods, watch closely for symptoms and contact your vet immediately. So while it's tempting to share your fries or burger, remember what's a quick snack for you could be a painful illness for your best friend. Number 2. Tomatoes. The green parts hide a silent toxin. Tomatoes might look harmless and even healthy, but certain parts of the plant can be dangerous for dogs. The stems, leaves, and unripe green tomatoes contain a chemical called solanine, a natural toxin that can interfere with your dog's nervous system and digestive tract. While solanine levels drop as tomatoes ripen, the green parts remain highly toxic. If your dog eats unripe tomatoes or bites into the plant itself, symptoms can appear within hours. These include drooling, vomiting, diarrhea, muscle weakness, tremors, confusion, and an abnormal heartbeat. In rare but severe cases, solanine poisoning can lead to paralysis or collapse. Although ripe red tomatoes in small amounts are generally safe, it's best to be cautious. Many tomato-based foods like pasta sauces or soups contain salt, onions, or garlic, which are also toxic to dogs. If your dog shows any unusual behavior after eating tomatoes or tomato plants, seek veterinary help immediately. So while a slice of ripe tomato might not always be harmful, the green parts of this common garden plant can quickly turn from healthy to highly hazardous. Number 1. Caffeine, a small sip that can stop a dog's heart. Caffeine is one of the most dangerous everyday substances for dogs, found not only in coffee and tea, but also in energy drinks, sodas, chocolate, and some medications. While humans can handle moderate amounts, dogs are far more sensitive. Even a small sip of strong coffee or an energy drink can cause serious health problems. Caffeine acts as a powerful stimulant, overloading a dog's heart and nervous system. Symptoms of caffeine poisoning include restlessness, rapid breathing, tremors, vomiting, irregular heartbeat, seizures, and in severe cases, cardiac arrest. Small dogs are especially at risk, as it takes only a tiny dose to reach toxic levels. There is no safe amount of caffeine for dogs. If you ever suspect your pet has consumed any caffeinated product, seek emergency veterinary care immediately. So next time you're enjoying your morning coffee, keep that mug and your pup far apart. If your dog accidentally eats any of these, call your vet immediately or contact the Pet Poison Helpline. Time can literally save their life. Remember, your dog trusts you with everything, even their food. So before you share your meal, think twice. If this video helped you, don't forget to subscribe and share it with every dog lover you know. And comment below which of these surprised you the most.